What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego back with some more boxing. Yeah, we working. Let me cue this up. All right. Smash the like button. Man, we back. I got more rounds in me. All around the world, all around the world. Yeah, we back. Smash the like button. I see at least 3 shooters, so we definitely should have more likes than this. We gotta get them likes up. How am I doing with the quarantine? I'm actually real good. I'm actually great. Like in terms of efficiency, I'm doing what I should be doing, which is learning a lesson through it all. You see what I'm saying? So I feel great. I feel great. I mean, of course, I'm human, so you miss certain social interactions or the ability to go, you know, come and go as you please and go little places. So, I miss stuff like that, but I'm holding up as good as possible. And I'm actually it's for me, that's a good question though. Yeah, smash the like button. For me, is actually this whole I look at life and life's tests as exercises. And this is a hell of an exercise. It's an exercise in kindness, exercise in patience, exercise in strength, both mentally and physically, exercise in willpower. It's just a learning exercise. I just look at it like that. This is the life is full of obstacle courses, and this is one of them. So I always try to look at, you know, what happens when I emerge from this situation. Does that make sense? So I'm actually this is gonna sound crazy. I'm not trying to sound demented, but I'm actually enjoying it. I'm enjoying it because I'm a fucking savage. And I didn't realize. I mean, I knew deep down inside that I was a fucking savage, but it's like I see that I'm a fucking savage. Like my brain is like people losing their mind. And we all have moments of weaknesses where we're like, oh, this sucks and stuff like that. But I'm realizing how fucking savage I am because I feel like for the most part, I feel bad for other people, but I feel like I've made a lot of the right decisions and, was fortunate enough to make certain decisions at certain times. So, you know, things things aren't affecting me as bad as it affects some people because what I did years ago was take the power out of other people's hand and manifest my own destiny. You see what I'm saying? Like everything, if you look at everything I represent, everything I stand for is moments like this. New media. I mean, this is what new media. That's why you're gonna see. You're gonna see through time, and when it's all written, this is what we stand for. We stand for. I always tell you, I love a good underdog story, and now life has dealt us a hand where we're all the fucking underdogs. This whole viral infection, the Rona, it don't care if you black, it don't care if you white, Spanish, Hispanic, the money keep coming in. See, you gotta have that peripheral vision. It don't care what you are, male, female, if you from China, if you from Italy, if you from the States, if you from Canada, bro, this shit is like Broner when he first came out. This is the problem. Anybody can get it. So it made everybody in this fucking planet an underdog. It made everybody, no matter what your stature is, how much you net at the end of the year. You can make 100,000 or you can be on unemployment. You all, we are all equal, you know? So yeah, you see the prime minister got this shit. People in the White House, good paying jobs and shit, got this shit. Tom Hanks, how Forrest Gump got this shit? You know what I'm saying? May Jenny, yeah, we was like two peas in a pod. Mike from Boston, what's up? Yeah, y'all got to get these likes up, man. We maintaining. We ain't straining and we maintaining. So I like it because people are spoiled. This is gonna teach everybody a fucking lesson, and you just got to consume and find the lesson in it. The Americans, especially, we're spoiled. We argue and complain because your Starbucks wasn't, the right temperature, or they slightly messed up, or forgot your whipped cream or something that's minuscule. Now you can't even go out fucking side. You see what I'm saying? You can't even leave. So now I'm sure you would love to go to Starbucks, whether they mess up your order slightly or not. You would love to go. You would love to just be just simple pleasures that we take, and simple luxuries. They're all stripped away. It don't matter, like I said, if you're rich, you poor, you're an actor, you're a rapper. Everybody is affected by this. So it made us all on a level playing field. So we're gonna see. It's gonna be survival of the fittest. That's why I encourage you guys to use this time wisely. This shit ain't gonna last forever. You know, it's not gonna last forever. And a lot of people are, they finna be like the Titanic. The motherfucking ship gonna be sunk by the time this is over because they losing their minds. They don't know how to act. They don't know how to react, bro. You gotta be ready for the war before the war comes. How do you think you prepare for a war? You think it just war starts and you just ready? No. You got to be a soldier on that front line. So, moments like this is what I stand for. See, this is going to sound crazy, but where I'm from, coming from the mud, like you this you have to know how to do bad. I know how to do bad. Not saying I enjoy doing bad, or I don't want to do good, but that's what life has dealt me. There's been them sour spots. There's been the spots where I've done bad. So you got to know how to do bad. That's why you think you see people on like Wall Street and stuff, they jump off a bridge when they, stocks drop and they lose a lot of money, or they got to give up that mansion and go live in a more humble small condo or townhouse. You see what I'm saying? They don't know how to take it. But if you've been there before, then it don't really matter. So I know how to do bad. I know how to cook. I know how to survive. That's just what it is. I can cook. I can fend for myself. And the funny thing is, that's why I say it's a learning experience for me, is because at the end of the day, some of the skill sets that we have and abilities that we have, based on being spoiled by the ability to come and go as we please, the fact that in America we have a democracy, it's not just like a communist country or some shit where you have certain rules, and you can't do this, you can't be loud, can't go on the internet, shit like that. So it's little simple luxuries, people losing their mind. I ain't losing my mind because I've been in spots where shit was tight, and you live paycheck to paycheck or something, and you're like, oh fuck, what am I gonna do? You got to order off the dollar menu, or you got to cook at home and get creative. So this shit ain't nothing. You know, it shit ain't nothing. It's as much as you make it. Of course, there's gonna be economic downsides, but that's why y'all gotta prepare for it. Praying for our guy Jose de Jesus. Yes, but I don't have any symptoms. What? What happened to Jose? Hold on. Jose said, I have it, got my results back. I went through so much shit in DR as a kid that I have an appreciation for everything and don't take shit for granted. You got diagnosed, you have the positive test for it? Man, come on. Ego's army. We're gonna battle this. So would you just have to self quarantine? Yeah, man, we here for you. And, we're gonna try to hold it down, get your rest, drink a lot of liquids and stuff. Man, New York is crazy. You in New York, right? New York is crazy. They got the most, and everybody got to chill. Like there's still people going out. Like this shit is some game or whatever. They said we ain't even reached the pinnacle. We ain't even reached the apex of this shit. They said this week is supposed to be as worse as as bad as it's gonna get, or you know, y'all better be cool. Everybody give my man Jose Jesus some prayer hands. I want to see that in the chat. In this stream right now. As much work as Jose de Jesus done on this chat, helping police you idiot trolls and the good feedback and comments and stuff. Y'all better put them prayer hands up for my man. He said he just got a positive test, but we still here rocking with you. Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying, man. Fuck boxing. See, people. That's why, bro. That's why you notice when I go to fights, don't see a bunch of disrespect and troll shit that you see on the internet? Because I don't give a fuck. Like boxing's great, boxing's cool, but I'm a person at the end of the day. So when it comes down to it, my manhood, my surname, what I stand for, that's much more important to me than boxing shit. And I think if anybody who knows me, I think you can, you'll get that sense. There's bigger things in life than a sport. This man just said he got a positive test. So, in the grand scheme of things, we can pause the boxing talk and send our well wishes and our positive thoughts. A lot of people do. Oh yeah, man, get back to box. That's why, remember, I did past streams and people be like, "Oh, get back to boxing." That's why I don't get back to boxing. I do what I want to do. You know why? Because I'm a person. So in dire times and crazy times, people remember that. They remember that even when boxing was uh plentiful and fights every week, I held that down, but I held it down as a person as well. You see what I'm saying? I always tap in with y'all. See, there's a lot of motherfuckers, and now the true colors are coming out. People that never touch bases with their audience. Man, shout out to my man in Mexico. He just sent some $50, 50 pesos or some shit. Jose de Jesus, you got this easy work. Yeah, man, we rocking. We rocking with Jose. Bro, I've been doing everything right, but I was essential work. Oh, so you had to work, so he got exposed somehow. Bro, this shit is super contagious. Yeah, man, just rest up. Um, chill out. I mean, obviously, I'm sure they give you some instructions too. But what I'm saying is like people, companies, and people and stuff. Events like this show your true colors, show your true character, things like that. Like I always made it. I told you I'm the people's champ. I'm the people's champ. So I always made it my business to tap in with y'all. So you can never say that what I'm doing ain't real or from the heart or ain't sincere because I did this before I had reason to do this. I could have just been ripping and running the streets and not doing the lives and getting to know, my shooters and getting to know the people, meeting some of y'all at fights and having sidebar conversation, but I didn't do that. Now you're seeing, reality's kicking in. You're seeing people like even in boxing, people who when boxing is plentiful and bountiful and lots of news and stuff, people go check them out. But now that there ain't no news, ain't nobody really dealing with them. Ain't nobody really fucking with it because that's what they're there for. So you got to know your role, like The Rock say. You got to know your role. But I know me, I've always tapped in with y'all and I've always talked. I've always been here to talk to, not just boxing. We talk about movies, hip hop, music, whatever. So I appreciate y'all for holding down. We just got this is something we have to get past. It's no joke. My dad passed away from COVID on Saturday. What the fuck? Man, that's terrible news. Rest in peace, bro. I had no idea. See, that's what I'm saying. People use this boxing shit as an outlet. I know through some of my worst times, boxing was there for me. You know what I mean? Where you don't feel good, you don't feel up to par. People are really going through stuff. My man Mike from Boston, Jose de Jesus, Anthony Yard. There's a lot of people really affected by this. Yeah, what's up, King Corleone? So that's just my standpoint. You know what I stand for. And you notice my channel ain't really changed. I didn't like not do live streams, and then now I'm starting to try to do live streams because there ain't nothing. See, I never, and the funny thing is, let the haters tell it, let old media tell it. They say I'm the one, I don't know, clickbaiting and using fans and all this shit. But who's really using fans? Everything that I'm doing now with the COVID shit, I did before. Name one difference you've seen in my channel. Nothing. Like wearing hats and beanies and glasses, that ain't nothing new. Wearing hoodies, chilling, vibing with y'all, talking on the live stream. This is what I've been doing. Putting out regular content. The only difference is I'm not covering the fights like I do because there are no fights. But everything else is really the same because we organic. Shout out to my man, Real Brother 32. And I just want people to realize that you're a part of something special. That's what it is. That's why you see me in these streets. You see me at these fights. You see the love we get because it's real. Smash the like button. That's why you see the super chats, even in the recession, even in the drought. You see people rocking with the movement because this is real. I don't wait for epidemics and pandemics to touch my audience, and see and check in with y'all. Like I have sidebar conversations and inboxes that I have with some of y'all and things like that. I've always made myself accessible because I'm real. I'm the people's champ. So um you're just seeing a lot of changes. People don't know what to do. Businesses are like faltering. I ain't worried about nothing. Smash the like button. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. We just gonna just do everything. My advice is just stay healthy. That's it. Stay healthy. Everything, as long as you keep your health intact, everything else can be managed or figured out later. There's never I've been in some of the worst situations where I'm like, damn, E, how you gonna get out of this one? And I got out of it. I figured a way out. So, make sure you guys, because there's a lot of depression and stuff going on. Just don't do nothing crazy. Um, Find someone to talk to. Talk to someone from Eagles Army, a family member, a professional, anybody. You know, reach out because for some people is real dark right now. It's real dark times for some people. So just know that Eagles Army's here. You know, a lot of you guys have exchanged information, like mess with us on the Discord, all that good stuff. We working. What's up, Ronald Finkley? Nah, I seen the Chris Benoit one. That shit was good. I mean, not good in a good way, but everyone know what Benoit did. It was well put together and good interviews. Hey, I gotta say, shout out to Chris Jericho. Jericho, a real one. I'm just being real. I never really even cared about Chris Jericho like that, but he a real one as a person because he's the one that got Benoit's son reunited with the same sister, the auntie. That's some real shit. I always respect real shit. But I'm saying as a wrestler, I never really was a Chris Jericho person. I mean, I had nothing against him, but I like that. I dig that. Jose de Jesus, thank you for the well wishes. We will beat this. Oh, absolutely. And then once you beat it, let us know. We working. So yeah, this is just an exercise for everybody. It shows you how powerful the mind can be. It's gonna test your patience. It might test your bank account. Like it might test your creativity, but it is definitely something we can get past. Just crazy. See, I that's why I don't like working with panicky people, like people that panic. The whole situation, there's a lot of situations in life, like Pac said, there's gonna be some stuff you gonna see that's gonna make it hard to smile in the future. But through all the rain and the pain, like you have to keep your head on straight. You have to keep a level head and just be level headed during the commotion. People think pandemic, means you need to panic. It's here. It's a reality. So all you could do is educate yourself and try your best to stay healthy. And then even people like my man Jose said he just tested positive for it, and he's been as cautious as he could, but he had to work. So, you know, everybody give him your support. Jericho gave you free tickets. Oh, that's raw. Yeah, Jericho's a real one. I didn't know he was like that, bro. Like as a person, he a real one. Bro, I heard that UFC is gonna do Tony Ferguson versus Justin on a private island. They said the UFC finna buy an island to host that fight. Why is Dana White listen, we're gonna talk about the welterweights in a second. Why is Dana White want this UFC 249 so bad, bro? They going to fucking Fantasy Island and shit. The plane, boss. Bro, this is crazy. Dana White is really about this life. But it'll be good for the channel because I'm Disney Ego. So we gonna sell some pay-per-views on the channel. But bro, that's crazy. They trying to salvage this fight. But if you think about it, it's probably a good business move because every other live event is canceled. So if you push this fight, there ain't no fights, no nothing to compete with, except for the news. But there ain't no live sporting events to compete with. So if you get this off, you probably gonna have a record amount of people watching it because at least it's something. It's a fucking card on an island. Bro, they going to the Mortal Kombat island with Kano. Remember Kano with the metal shit in his face? Mortal Kombat! Ooh, ooh, oot, oot, ooh. Doo, 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 doo. That techno, that Mortal Kombat, I used to have that Mortal Kombat soundtrack. I can't even hold you. That Mortal Kombat soundtrack, it wasn't like songs, it was like beats and techno and shit. It wasn't like music, but that shit was raw. Doo, doo, oot, oot, ooh, oomps, oomps, oomps. That Mortal Kombat soundtrack was hard back in the day. Bro, they got movie soundtracks that be harder than these rappers' new albums and shit. I heard an MMA event by Dana is still happening. Yeah, they trying to do it on an island. That's what they said. Bro, I had butt naked midgets on the island serving Mai Tais. Bro, if I'm buying an island, I'm gonna do it all the way big. These motherfuckers buying an island. Bro, they buying an island to host this fight. They gonna put it on a free, bro. They finna put it on the island Tom Hanks was on Castaway, where he was playing with that volleyball. That's where UFC 249 finna be. Y'all gotta get these likes up. Y'all better stop playing with me. I don't know what the hell's going on. That song is a must at MK tourneys. Oh yeah, facts. That shit was classic. Who was that yelling at the beginning? Mortal Kombat. They doing it Bruce Lee style. That's what I'm saying. Ohada. Them motherfucker had that bear claw shit. Han Han Island and shit. Them motherfucker hand look like that. Y'all remember that on Enter the Dragon? Motherfucker had that bear claw. His shit look like this. He was really raking people's face with that shit. With that bear claw. I ain't talking about a Danish. That motherfucker had a real like bear claw. That shit. Bro, he hit one dude on Enter the Dragon. It's the funniest thing ever. Dude was trying to get his camera time so bad. He said, and the guy said, ah! And looked directly at the camera and screamed. If you watch, it's towards the end when the whole island start funking and fighting and shit. The what's the name? Dr. Han said, and then raked the dude's face, and he said, ah! And he jumped out the scene. Bro, that is one of the funniest scenes on Enter the Dragon. That acting was so over the top. The way he got raped, he said, ah! And revealed that he had the tiger claw scratch. Bro, that motherfucker said, ah! and then fell. Bro, I gotta find that scene. That was the funniest yell that I've ever seen. Bolo. Bolo was whipping some ass too. That motherfucker was just hella big. That motherfucker whooped everybody. I fuck with Bolo. Chong Lee, Chong Lee. Motherfucking Chong Lee. His reach looked like Tyson Fury's. Hey, bro, you gotta chill with this Tyson Fury shit, bro. He really did have the Tyson Fury extendo. Bro, how the fuck Tyson Fury he put the extended clip on the gat? That motherfucker had a 96-inch arm reach. Man, hell nah. Bro, Wilder was in the locker room, Tyson Fury hitting him from the ring. Man, get him out of here. How the fuck you hit Wilder and he in the locker room and you in the ring already with this long ass reach and shit? Motherfucking Mr. Fantastic made of elastic looking ass. Yeah, we ain't forgot about Tyson Fury. And Tyson Fury called himself talking shit lately. He said Wilder only fighting for money. Okay. Bro, Wilder need to just silence this him and Billy Joe Saunders. Billy Joe Saunders be doing weak shit too. How you gonna throw a chicken at a man and then run? At Nando. That's some weird behavior, bro. I don't know what's gotten into them, but that's weird to me. You gotta stand your ground. How you gonna throw some here? Have some chicken there. Throwing chicken and then running like full speed, like really breaking off and running. Man, block this coronavirus with the Hellraiser looking font. I don't even know how you did that. It's low key cool, but you got to get blocked because you looking like you got, bro. The motherfucker put the Corona font. How you have your font in Rona? That motherfucker used the Times New Rona instead of the Times New Roman, bro. How did he even have that font? See, y'all some hackers and some shit. Donkey Joe Saunders, yeah, he be doing some stupid shit. Yeah, block that motherfucker, bro. There he got double tapped. They had to hit him with the double tap, clap, clap. That clap, clap, bravo. Yeah, that motherfucker coming in with that pinhead Hellraiser ass font. Get him out of here. Who next, bro? We destroying all y'all. Quarantine or not. We gonna quarantine your stupid ass. Let's talk about these welterweights. Um, I don't even know what this fucking Errol Spence Vergil Ortiz shit is about. I guess he said he was crying or something. Errol Spence said he gonna cry in the car. He said he gonna cry in the car, and then Vergil Ortiz got mad or something. Can anybody explain exactly what happened? I know Errol Spence did the Ray Flores interview, and he said the motherfucker was crying. You know, but then Vergil Ortiz said, you need to change your name to the liar." Okay, like, what is that about? I just seen them taking a picture together at the Mikey fight. He said Virgil seems hurt. That's what I'm saying. I don't really get what was said that was so messed up or whatever that I don't know. I don't even that kind of came out of nowhere. That kind of came out of nowhere. Hold on. But listen, my thing is this. I got I gotta keep it a buck. Yo, smash the like button. I gotta keep this shit a buck. Look, look. All right. I don't know how much energy that I really have to put any real thought into some shit that I don't feel is gonna happen. I've been telling you, I'm on a different kick. You know what I'm saying? Vergil Ortiz, I don't see him fighting Errol Spence. Ryan Garcia, I don't see him fighting Tank. I don't see him fighting Devin Haney. Listen, I don't fuck the fighters. I don't care if the fighters want to fight. Does your promotion want to fight? Do the networks want to fight? How we listen, I'm sick of this bro, DAZN gotta be stopped. Because I'm noticing it the most with DAZN people. I'm being real. I don't know what else you want me to do. I'm being real. DAZN fighters, it seemed like their whole bread and butter, and I don't have nothing against no fighter. I'm just telling you what I'm saying, what I'm seeing. I feel like a ton of DAZN fighters, like is like their names keep getting linked and synonymous with random guys, and most of them are with the PBC. Am I the only one that sees this? Am I Haley Joel Osment from The Sixth Sense? I see dead people walking around. Like, am I the only one I see dead people looking at? Robert Garcia always name dropping Spencer. Bro, why see this is cap, bro. All these motherfuckers gotta work at lids because it is cap. Here's why it is cap. This shit ain't the Robert Garcia or whoever, the hierarchy and the the chain of command. You've worked with Top Rank, you work with PBC, Mikey worked with PBC, Mikey worked with DAZN. You have other fighters that work with Top Rank, Jose Ramirez. So everybody in the game knows the parameters. Mikey couldn't get Lomachenko because probably Top Rank didn't want it. You know it. So all this shit is just clout chasing to me because people are stressing fights that ultimately aren't going to happen anytime soon. Okay, first of all, let's just be real. See, I know I ain't crazy. I wish somebody would try to make it like I'm crazy, like the shit I'm saying don't make sense. I can't wait for that. You'll receive the whole smoke. We could really debate this. This is why it's all clout chasing from the DAZN, fighters in general. The pandemic pushed everybody's wig back. That split everybody's wig, pushed everybody's shit back. Everybody got a Stephen A. Smith hairline right now. That shit, and some of y'all really got that hairline because you ain't been able to see your barber. So the pandemic itself pushed boxing all the way fuck back. So everybody looking like Stephen A. Smith. They shit got pushed back. So that already so I don't wanna hear about no Joshua, Tyson Fury, Ryan Garcia, Devin. I don't see none of that shit really being likely, especially since we especially since we lost or losing. What's up, Tony Boswell again, killing y'all. Smash the like button. Especially since we're losing so much precious time in the beginning stages of the year, you know, between Kobe Bryant passing, Black Mamba passing. It's been rough, and then the Rona, it's been rough, rough. Like a dog bark. It's been rough, rough. Bars. I'm the kid with the most bars. I'm the kid with the golden voice. I said like a dog barking, it's been rough, rough. The bars is tough. Get off my nuts. So that's just what it is. So that already pushed people's schedules back. Now, Errol Spence versus Virgil Ortiz Jr. Spence Jr. versus Ortiz Jr. Yeah, both guys from Texas. It seems like a fun fight. Yeah, 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 yeah. Got it. But how likely is that, bro? Golden Boy ain't put Virgil Ortiz in there with no motherfucking body with an even slight chance to beat him. He's looking like the goods. And then on top of that, um, you don't really see for me, I feel like unless you worked your way up a specific sanctioning body, if your promoter and your team ain't putting you in fights that are under like a hair under the champions you calling out, then I don't see you fighting the champion. Unless, like I said, you've been on a guided path with the sanction body and you're like, oh, I'm number 2 with the WBC. I'm gonna fight this eliminator to be number 1. Okay, I can understand that. But if you ain't doing that, then I don't believe you or your promotion about making the ultimate fights in that division. Does that make sense? Does that make sense to you? I'm still trying to finish the last stream, E. You quarantine, you gonna be able to finish it. I'm putting in work. It don't matter. I'm putting in all the work. Smash the like button. So if you really want me to believe that Virgil Ortiz or anybody like that will go from Brad Solomon, Samuel Vargas level guys to putting him in there with Errol Spence, if you want me to believe it, then you got to show me where he's ranked with the IBF or the WBC in terms of being like one or two, so I could see that's the path he's following, like Errol Spence did. You know, he went through Leonard Bundu, Konstantin Ponomarov, ducked him twice, but he was going through the chain of command. You know, he's going through the IBF route to get to Kell Brook, which he eventually got to. I haven't seen that with Vergil Ortiz. As nice as he is, as like skilled as he is, and I'm like what I'm seeing. I have no beef with that. But what I'm saying is, Golden Boy has not put him on no type of fast track or a decipherable plan to get the bigger fights. Who agrees with me? Who disagrees with me? Let's get it. I'm ready to go, bro. Let's get it. I want someone. I want smoke. What is the guide? Like, what is the plan? That's what I'm saying. Like, what is the plan with certain fighters like Golden Boy? What is the plan with Golden Boy fighters? The ones that I keep seeing names linked with PBC fighter. What's the plan? Ryan Garcia putting his name with, Devin Haney, who's a DAZN fighter, but also Gervonta. What is the plan? What is the game plan to get Tank Davis? Because you knocking out somebody that Tank knocked out in 2017, I don't really see that as a real stepping stone to get Tank Davis. You see what I'm saying? I don't. So the same thing with Vergil Ortiz and Errol Spence. I keep seeing Vergil Ortiz, like, De La Hoya said, "Oh, hey, we want Vergil Ortiz to fight against Keith Thurman, against Errol. A fight with Terrence Crawford would be great." Yeah, but you're not really putting them on no path to the point where anybody is checking for that. Vergil Ortiz is cloud chasing like Ryan Garcia. He needs to work his way up. Ooh, Kamal Oz didn't beat around the bush. Bro, he just went in. Kamal, why y'all piss Kamal off? Don't piss that man off, bro. He gonna go in. Why would Al Heyman do Ortiz a favor when Oscar won't make Charlo Canelo? See? That's what I'm saying, bro. Like it don't even make sense, dog. Like it's just there's no way you can, unless you can come right now with a solid argument so I can understand your point of view and you can enlighten me and the rest of us, is clout chasing. Linking all these dudes' names and shit. It's just lazy promotion. That's all I see it as. They want you to manifest and build some shit. Virgil Ortiz is nice with it from what I've seen. But to believe in okay, to get people to believe that he is a worthy opposition for a top guy, Pacquiao, Keith Thurman, Errol Spence, whoever, Sean Porter, don't you feel we have to see another gear of competition? You see what I'm saying? Like, you don't go from first grade to second grade all the way to freshman in high school. That's just stupid. Name anyone. I want to see the person. Name somebody that went to first grade, second grade, and then next year you was a freshman in high school. That would just be stupid. So that's what I'm saying. Golden Boy has to put on and provide better fights for their fighter for it to be a necessity, or to get people to truly believe that these guys are challenged despite what we see. We could see skill and stuff. Like, for example, Jaime Munguia. Who wants to see Jaime Munguia versus Triple G or Jaime Munguia versus Canelo. Right now, I don't what I've seen, I can't say Jaime Munguia is ready for Canelo at all. He just moved to 60. He has no defense. Canelo would chop him up. That's what I see. Triple G also, even though he didn't look great in his last fight, you can't just be getting punched by Triple G with no defense either. So you gotta put Jaime Munguia in there. Jaime Munguia versus Deryevchenko. Can I get that? Something like that as a precursor to let me know you're ready for the elites. And I feel the same way with Vergil Ortiz and even Ryan Garcia. Now, Ryan Garcia is very popular, so I understand that, like, he might get to move a little bit different because he has a fan base already. But still, if you're not willing to put Ryan Garcia in there with Jorge Linares, then what makes me believe when there's a video of Oscar De La Hoya on ES News and they said, is Ryan Garcia, just last year, they said, is Ryan Garcia ready for Tank? Oscar, who promotes Ryan Garcia, he said, no, Tank's a beast. That's what he said. He looked at the camera and said, no, Tank's a beast. So why would I believe that you want to make Tank versus Ryan Garcia right now? And again, this is not even about the fighter. Fighters are supposed to want to fight everybody. You a fighter, of course, you about that life, or you shouldn't be in the sport. So I'm not even. It's not even about the fighter, but shit got to make sense. Vergil Ortiz Jr., in my honest opinion, I'm not talking about skillfully is he ready, which is a question mark because we haven't seen him fight so much as a Jose Cito Lopez caliber resume guy. He's nowhere near the upper echelon of proving things to the point where his name even belongs with Terrence Crawford or Errol Spence. That's my honest opinion. I'm just man enough to tell you this shit. That's my honest opinion. And that's not even a knock on him. It's just you gotta your parents, they take you to ride a bike and you've never ridden a bike before, you might start off with training wheels. That's just what it is. Start riding on grass before you start practicing on cement. You see what I'm saying? My dad didn't just start me on a fucking gravel, concrete, slab with no trainer wheels. I'm like, learn, motherfucker. And then push me off on a bike. So I'm getting all bloody nose and scraped knees and shit. That's it. So to me, it's not even about the fighter. Again, the fighter, they're supposed to want to fight everybody. I get that. So the fighters be hungry and they want to fight. So Vergil Ortiz, I'm not knocking and saying he wouldn't want to fight these guys. But what I'm saying is Golden Boy got to do a better job of branding him and putting him in proper fights. So like certain guys, let me think of a guy. I'm trying to think of somebody who's nasty. Um, I would even say like even a Jaron Ennis, even though he's young in his career as well. To me, what Jaron Ennis is showing and how far he's like pulling away, to me, he's showing he got to go up a class, not in weight class, but I'm saying up a class of fighters because it's just going to be the same outcome. You see what I'm saying? And there's even better examples of people who are probably further along. Like even I don't know, like Daniel Dubois or somebody. He beat Nathan Gorman, he beat the dude with the blonde beard, he beat that big ass Japanese dude. You see what I'm saying? So now he's about to fight Joe Joyce, hopefully, when this pandemic ends. You know what I mean? But he was scheduled to fight him. He was about due for a jump up because it's getting repetitive seeing him beat some Japanese dude that nobody E Honda looking motherfucker that nobody knows. The blonde Ebenezer's and all these weird ass names, Christmas carols and Ebenezer Scrooge and all this shit. So he was about due, and then they were about to put him in with Joe Joyce, which would have been a step up for both. That's what I like to see. Once you've already facilitated and proven that you can beat the journeyman and former competitive guys and shit, Okay, you've done that. Now we got to see you go up a notch. And then you work your way up the rankings or get your brand up and then you fight the big names. That's what I prefer. That's how you make sure a fighter's ready. And I feel like Vergil Ortiz is looking nasty, but I haven't really seen him. Like I got to see a gear above type of competition before I ever want to see him fight Terrence Crawford or Errol Spence. You know, so I just feel like it's a lot of clout chasing, shit that ain't finna happen for real. Um, like Teofimo, he was another person like that where Teofimo he kept knocking out Mason Menard and knocking out Magdalenos and these different people. So it's like, all right, we got to see him step up. Then he fought Comey, and now he's about to fight Lomachenko. That to me, that's a good example of top rank moving a guy. He started doing this Heisman Fortnite dances and flips and shit, knocking out that level competition. But then it's like, all right, what's next? And then he's kept stepping up, boom. Then he stepped up to a dangerous guy with punching power and Comey, who was a champion. That was good. And now he's about to fight Lomachenko to really see what's up. Perfect. But, a lot of old media said Teofimo wasn't ready for Lomachenko because he'd been calling him out for a minute. They said he got to do more. But then the same old media people saying Vergil Ortiz need to get Keith Thurman or Errol Spence or Bud or something. How that work? How that work? That's what I'm trying to figure out how that works. In boxing, that's what happens. People pick and choose. They pick and choose when they want a rule to apply for someone. It's not unilaterally across the board. It's for fighters I like. This rule is they're exempt from this law or rule. The fighters I dislike, the rule applies. That's bullshit. Kamal getting in that air. What the fuck? That was weird. Renee, what up? Kamal said he ain't even fought a Jamal James type of fighter. That's what I'm talking about. So, in my opinion, that's what needs to be next. There's like Vergil Ortiz versus Sergey Lipinets, Jose Cito Lopez, Andre Berto. Um, Not now, but like Diego Chavez, what he was when he was fighting Keith Thurman, what he was when he was fighting Brandon Rios, Diego Chavez when he was fighting Bradley, a guy like that. Have like so Diego Chavez in his prime when he fought Bradley, Rios, or Thurman. Has Vergil Ortiz fought anyone as good as that? Because Diego Chavez was awkward, but he also had power and he could box. So he had kind of that Maidana shit too, and that Matisse power, but he can also box well. I haven't really seen Vergil Ortiz, in my opinion, fight someone of that note to really know. Yeah, Keith Thurman got hurt in that fight. Yep. See, shout out to Desmond Parker. I love when y'all know boxing. It makes me feel like I'm doing something right because the people that watch my channel be knowing they shit. Well, except for the haters and trolls, but I'm talking about channel members and regulars and shooters. Eagles Army. That's what I'm saying. Like I haven't even seen that. Like I said, even the Sergey Lipinets, Lamont Peterson. Like not now because Peterson retired, but Peterson before he retired. I haven't seen him fight someone like that. Like basically anybody with a known name. Why the fuck would we be talking about Errol Spence? That shit is way off the course, you know? And I noticed this. This is a pattern. Y'all get mad. I don't give a fuck. When it comes to black fighters, even deserving ones, they always have excuses in old media why said black fighter don't deserve Triple G, why said black fighter don't deserve Canelo, why said black fighter don't deserve Tyson Fury or whoever the person is. Like the black fighter gotta, do this Kumite type of tournament and fight the Black Murderers Row and all the other people and emerge in some Super Six Andre Ward fashion as the sole victor to finally get the shot. But then when it comes to non-black fighters, I notice some of those same people, all of a sudden, they don't care if people skip line and jump in the queue, and they never encourage that those fighters, non-black fighters, have to actually, you know, step up in competition before getting the big prize. Like they'll say Vergil Ortiz need to just fight Errol Spence. So Errol Spence got to stop with, okay, let me get this straight. This is why this shit don't make sense. Now I'm about to get in y'all ass. Y'all thought it was over? I'm about to get in y'all ass. Look, this is why this shit don't make sense. Errol Spence Jr. was ducked. He was a boogeyman, right? That's a fact. Smash the like button. Oh, y'all about to get that Eagle Valley. Okay. Eagle Valley time. Smash the like button. All right, look. There was a point in time Errol Spence was on everybody's ass. Terrence Crawford hadn't made it to the division yet. And Keith Thurman, Danny Garcia, and Sean Porter, none of them really looked like Errol was their priority. They were just like, oh, he got to do more. He got to step up. He got to do this, get a belt for it. That was the kind of attitude towards him. So Errol Spence had to just keep knocking down doors, and make these motherfuckers respect it and build his brand up in the process. Dogging Mikey Garcia in front of 50,000 people on pay-per-view, having a war in the trenches, Sean Porter's style of fight, surviving it, and, never getting knocked down, dropping Sean Porter. He did these things to continue his brand, you know? And then now, and beating Kell Brook in Sheffield, Kell Brook backyard, blah, blah, blah. So he had to do these. Lamont Peterson, Errol Spence knocking out Bundu sensationally right after the Olympics and doing 6 million views because it was placed right after the Olympics and it was a crazy knockout. So Errol Spence had to earn his stripes. He had to keep proving and keep doing him and Derrick James. Facts. So the boogeyman finally, between new media and time and pressure burst pipes and Errol Spence performances, right? It got to the point where it's like people had to fight Errol Spence. And partly because of new media. Go look at the homework. Like we put bro, we smoked Keith Thurman out. Hot boxed him. Smoked him out. Because Keith Thurman kept saying this and that. I made videos about it, boom, 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 boom. And then people seen what it was, and Keith Thurman didn't really seem like he wanted no smoke with Errol. And then, people got over it and just went on to the next fight. Now it's like, people talk about Danny or Pacquiao Errol, Crawford Errol, because people seen Keith Thurman wasn't really seeming too enthused about it. So long story short, Errol Spence, for the better part of the last 5 years or so, he's been on undercards, all the way working himself up, title shot, unification. He's earned his stripes. Once again, when it's a black fighter, you got to go through this. You got to go through the rigmarole of proving yourself. Just like the army, start out as staff sergeant, this and this, and you get promoted, cadet, boom, boom, boom. That's what they want black fighters, the traditional ranking system and, promote your way up. But then when it's non-black fighters, they don't care if you jump the queue, you know? They're somehow linking Vergil Ortiz's name to Errol Spence. They're somehow linking Ryan Garcia's name to Tank Davis. So Tank Davis is a 3-division champion, or excuse me, 2-division 3-time champion. Ryan Garcia is popular, showing skills and improving skill, but he hasn't been a champion yet. and they keep doing articles and shit about every time he says something about Tank Davis. You see how that works? But then let it be Andrade who keep calling out Canelo. These same motherfuckers will say, "Oh, why should Canelo fight him?" Or if Andrade or Charlo call out Canelo or Triple G, it's the same story. Oh, Charlo, he didn't look good versus Korobov. Okay, Ryan Garcia didn't look good versus Jason Velez, and the fight after that with Carlos Morales, I believe. But now that he's been looking better, he got 2 first-round knockouts against guys he was supposed to beat, one of which Tank already won. That gets him Tank. You see? Everybody else gets to jump in the queue and don't have to work their way up. So I'm not really understanding it. So maybe you guys in the comment section can help me understand it. This is not a knock on Ryan Garcia. It's not a knock on Vergil Ortiz. I think they're both talented, and they're just doing what they're supposed to be doing. Young fighters trying to prove themselves and earn their keep. But I have really very little interest in hearing about Vergil Ortiz and Errol Spence or Bud or whatever, because I haven't even seen Vergil Ortiz versus you ain't fought no one that done what Berto's done in his career. Nobody. And I don't give a fuck what your personal opinion is about what happened if Berto fought Vergil Ortiz or whoever the person is, because that's just an opinion. You have to show me. That's the type of person I am. You got to show me. And to me, I'm just enjoying the journey and I'm just taking it and playing it by ear. But so far, I haven't seen Vergil Ortiz in there with a name. He hadn't even fought a Kell Brook, who lost to Errol Spence. What are we talking about, Vergil and Errol Spence? That's why I said it's cloud chasing. Any questions? To me, all this shit is cloud chasing unless you, your team, and your promoter are willing to make this fight when the pandemic ends. And we know the answer to that. Ryan Garcia, Golden Boy, and it's again, this is not just the fighter. It's some of it's the network or promoter, whoever the fuck, the team, De La Hoya, whoever, it's somebody, and it's somebody on your side. So if Ryan Garcia, De La Hoya won't even put him in there with Jorge Linares, he literally said, "Oh, that's a tough fight. I'm scared." Then why would I believe that you're gonna put him in there with Tank? You got to show me something. I feel like a ref when someone's taking too much punishment. You got to show me something. You won't even put him in there with Jorge Linares, then why would you put him in with Tank, who looks way more aggressive, destructive, more in prime, you know, and punches with bad intentions and has skill? Why would you put Ryan Garcia in there with that when you won't even when you're skeptical to put him in there with Jorge Linares, who's been knocked out 2 times in the last 2 years at least, and career wise been knocked out probably 4 or 5 times. Antonio DeMarco, then he lost his next fight after that. Um, Lost to Lomachenko by stoppage, Pablo Cesar Cano, and I think, yeah, 4 or 5 times, like I said. See, I know my shit. It's okay. So if people really want me to believe these fights are nearing and all that, then you gotta show me something. You gotta show me that you're willing to put your fighter in there with something that I deem as dangerous, you know, and not just me, but just the public deems as like, oh, like name one person that you thought could beat Vergil Ortiz that he's fought. Because I knew some people that thought Kell Brook was going to beat Errol Spence, but I don't know anyone that thought that Vergil Ortiz was going to lose to Brad Solomon. He don't even have that much power. He could be tough and shit, but he's not a power puncher like that. See, the zone fighters be clout chasing. Ryan Garcia is quiet as a church mouse when it comes to Devin Haney, who is his network stable mate at the zone. Haney wants it, but he's supposed to fight Tank Davis, bro. See, that's what I'm saying. Like the thing is with the DAZN, bro, that shit is all cap. This shit is all cap. Here's why. Like my man, I'm gonna piggyback off my man Kamal Oz because he just dropped some science. Notice that the zone fighters and team DAZN people or whatever, they keep talking about fights that are inherently harder to make, but then there's fights at home on your own fucking social media platform that you ain't making that are good fights. You full of shit. You hear me? You full of shit. For example, that's a great point. Kamal Oz. Salute. We hear Ryan Garcia and team and De La Hoya talk more about Tank, which we know De La Hoya, Golden Boy, and Al Heyman were involved in legal lawsuits and don't get along. We know Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia don't get along. We know that they're on opposing networks, Showtime, Fox versus a DAZN app. We know one side is about pay-per-view and the other side said pay-per-view is dead. So that's inherently harder to make. So why would you be pushing for that fight more than the ready-made fight like Devin Haney that you have history with in the amateurs? They fought 5, 6 times in the amateurs, and both guys won some of them, both guys lost some of them. And Devin Haney won all the smoke, but you keep talking about Tank Davis. I just seen Ryan Garcia said he want to fight Pacquiao in 2021. Come on, bro. Pacquiao's at 47. That don't even make sense, right? Charlo, Andrade. So Andrade can't get Triple G or Canelo or Caleb Smith or Jacobs or whoever. You know, I know Jacobs and him are friends, but I'm just saying he can't get none of them type of fights. Triple G. But we supposed to believe that the Charlo fight, which again is inherently harder to make with the political landscape and neighboring forces that don't like each other. Bro, ain't nobody playing that game. Same thing with Vergil Ortiz. Bro, I'm sure you can find someone within the zone, you know, that makes sense for Vergil Ortiz to fight. Like even Regis Prograis. Instead of Regis Prograis Hooker, what about Regis Prograis versus Vergil Ortiz? That's a good fight to me. You know what I'm saying? But they're not making nothing like that. You're making Samuel Vargas and shit. PBC guys just been knocked him out. Samuel Vargas. Yeah, and then someone said Devin Haney versus Adrian Broner. That's what I'm saying. It's just none of this shit is coming to fruition. Dillian White and okay, so there's better fights than Povetkin for Dillian White. You see what I'm saying? Dillian White, Philip Ergovich, better fight. Joshua Dillian White too, better fight. Um, Dillian White versus Joseph Parker too. They challenged each other. Parker just got a knockout. That's a better fight than Povetkin to me. So you have a couple options. Yeah, I know I'm probably missing some because there's other guys like Gerald Miller and Dillian White, Luis Ortiz, who are more. They're not staple. I basically I don't think the PBC would have a problem lending Luis Ortiz, who got knocked out in his last fight, to a to make money with Eddie Hearn. You see, it's not like Luis Ortiz is holding the whole PBC up. You see what I'm saying? Like in terms of like they invested so much money into him if he loses or so. You see what I'm saying? Prograis is at 40. Ortiz versus Prograis would be a good fight. Facts. But Prograis said he would go up to 47 for Crawford. So if you're willing to do that, then why wouldn't you go up to fight Vergil Ortiz? You see what I'm saying? So that's my theory in that. I'm just saying, I'm just spitballing. I'm just giving random things. There's better fights. Like I'd rather see Joseph Parker versus Derek Chisora as scheduled, even though that's not the greatest of fights, but it's better than Joseph Parker versus Shondale Winters or whoever that was. You see what I'm saying? But that's too much like right. So instead, they talk about Deontay Wilder and Dillian White, Deontay Wilder, Dillian White or Dillian White, Tyson Fury or Andy Ruiz, Dillian White. Bro, that it's a clear sign that you're not making the fights. I've said the same thing over and over. You're not making the fights that the fans really want in a lot of these instances. So you would rather v- uh, vic- vicarious, vicariously live through someone else. You see what I'm saying? And have the fans argue about some shit that ain't happening and showing fans receipts and oh, I sent an email to Charlo, but you're not. Charlo ain't fighting Andre. You see? So it's really just BS. All that clout chasing is a dub. And this is how I know it's a dub. But wait, there's more. This is how I know it's a dub. Smash the like button. I know it's a dub because you're not even gaining no real level traction. Out of all these fights I just mentioned, when is the last time you heard about any of them being in deep negotiations? So you're doing a lot of talking about the fight, but you're not even making the progress of getting the people in their representation and their teams in the same room or on a Zoom conference call or whatever the fuck you do to even make it happen. It's just social media arguing and shit. You see what I'm saying? When's the last time you heard that you seen a picture of Charlo's camp and Andre's camp and they all in one room trying to hash it out? Andy Ruiz and his representation and Eddie Hearn, and they're all together trying to hash it out. When's the last time you that's how I know it's cap because you're speaking well before you've even got to the cutting room floor, you know, Wilder and Dillian White. You never really seen Shelly Finkel and Eddie Hearn, or read about it. Shelly Finkel met up with Eddie Hearn to discuss Wilder versus White. It's all clout chase. Because why would you so preeminently and prematurely talk about all these fights well before they're even ready? It's like I remember when I was a kid, my mom would cook sometimes and bake something in the oven with the light on. And I keep walking by, what's in the oven? What's in the oven? And she would be like, Ego, get away from the oven. Don't open it. Don't open it. Because she was baking the cake. And if you bake a cake and you stomp and make, the dough and the yeast won't rise properly, or if you let the heat out, it can cause the cake to collapse and cake to fall because you kept checking on it. That's why she would just set her little timer or do her mental Rolodex time and know when to check on it and take it out and give it the proper time to have the cake rise. That's what we do. We make the cake rise. But Eddie Hearn and DAZN, they keep talking about the shit. You put the cake in the oven for 1 minute and you already checking to see if it's done. Come on, bro. And half of the time the cake ain't even in the oven. You don't even have the ingredients to make the cake. And they keep talking about, oh, Charlo, I sent him an email. Man, holla at me when you get Charlo and Ronnie Shields or what the fuck ever in a room together with Al Heyman, and then you guys are down to the final details about you know what what it takes to make this fight happen. It's never that. It's never like, okay, we got it down, now it's about who will walk out first since they're both champions. But we got all the major talking points cleared over. You don't see it. That's how I know they're purposely clout chasing. Who next? I won. Who next? Who next? You see? That's how I know they clout chasing. You have no intentions of really making a fight. You're not making a fight, so you're trying to whatever this is called, pacify the fans and give them hope and shit, or play the blame game. Oh yeah, blame Heyman, blame Charlo. So that's my that's my thoughts on the whole shit. Like, just I just feel like holler at me when this stuff is really like worth checking on. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ever have your parents like your homework or your plate? Like, you have to eat your food and your parents check your plate to see if you ate enough of your food. Has that ever happened to y'all? Where your parents had to check to see make sure you ate all your veggies or ate enough of them before you go play video games or go outside? Like, you gotta make that's what I feel like. Before you even call your parents to check, make sure it's worth it. You know you didn't eat no vegetables, and the whole serving of vegetables is still on the plate, and they're not gonna let you go outside and play until you eat more. So don't even waste everybody's time. That's how I feel. Like, or if you're doing your homework and you're like, "Hey, I wanna play this video game," and your parents say, "Hey, do your homework first. Do your homework before you play the game, and Imma come check on it," and you know you ain't finished your homework and they're gonna check on it. You might as well just do all your homework so you can play the video game. But that's in the world of boxing, people wanna blabbermouth about the fights that they hope to make and wanna make. Like, Eddie Hearn's still telling people about Tyson Fury, Joshua. Who the fuck believes that this is gonna happen next with Wilder in the pandemic? So between the pandemic, which has fucked everything off, and then Wilder saying that he's exercising the rematch clause. Oh, but if Wilder steps aside, we could have the British boxing biggest fight. Bro, it's not up to you. Wilder was a champion, 10 title defenses. So how is it up to you to determine if he steps aside? And then last thing with the Errol Spence, Vergil Ortiz situation is if we can't even get Crawford, who's more established and a champion, versus Errol Spence because of neighboring, beefs, how the fuck are we gonna get Errol Spence versus Vergil Ortiz? So Vergil Ortiz ain't fought knowing anybody that Crawford's fought. He's not a champion. Crawford's been undisputed. Crawford is respected. And because of different driving forces and landscapes and politics, we can't get that fight. What the fuck makes you believe that Golden Boy, who probably has a worse relationship with Al Heyman, you know, what the fuck makes you believe that you'll get a fight like that? Vergil Ortiz versus Errol Spence. It just sounds stupid, bro. So I could see Crawford Errol Spence happening because again, this is a business. Crawford Errol Spence still makes more money than Vergil Ortiz. So why if you gotta if the networks don't work together all the time and you gotta split the pie with somebody, you're gonna want to split a bigger pie, correct? Vergil Ortiz ain't fought nobody remotely to be this big brand, nor is his personality, from what I've seen thus far, like stand outish. So that fight doesn't represent a lot of money because we still have questions of how much money does Errol Spence Crawford represents. So if Errol Spence Crawford doesn't represent enough money, then we know for damn sure Crawford versus Vergil Ortiz or Errol Spence versus Vergil Ortiz doesn't represent enough money because Vergil Ortiz ain't fought nobody like Crawford. He ain't nobody that Crawford's fought and nobody that Errol Spence fought. See how that works? So I could see Crawford Spence happening well before because one, Bob Arum just did a fight with Al Heyman, Wilder and Fury, and they're about to do a third fight together, etc. And I think Bob Arum Heyman's relationship probably a little bit better than Golden Boy and Heyman. Plus, Vergil Ortiz at this point, brand wise, doesn't represent enough money to make that a big fight. So that would be a charity event for Golden Boy and a charity event for Vergil Ortiz. You see what I'm saying? Because Vergil Ortiz is from Texas. He ain't sold out no 50,000 in Texas like Errol Spence. Has he sold out 15,000 like Errol Spence versus Ocampo? Has he sold out the Staples like Errol Spence? Does he have one or two belts? No, 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 no. So those fights don't really seem logical. Because even no matter how much the fighters could want it or whatever, it don't represent enough money to even make that fight. You mean to tell me Golden Boy has marketed Vergil Ortiz as a household name thus far? Not saying he can't be one, but he's not one right now. He ain't no household name like that. And you look at Wilder Fury. Wilder Fury didn't even touch a million without digital, and they said it touched barely over, 1.3 million, whatever the fuck number they gave. They said 850 to 1.3. So what the fuck would Errol Spence versus Vergil Ortiz do? Simple mathematica, you know, simple math, bro. It don't represent enough money for the networks to even get involved and split the tab on a fight like that. They splitting the tab on Wilder Fury, but Wilder Fury 2 broke Evander Holyfield Lennox Lewis live gate. What gate would Virgil Ortiz and Earl Spence break? You got to understand boxing, people. There's a lot of people that don't. Boxing is a small niche community. The when you get fights that do well over 1 million and shit, it's because you have casuals along with the hardcores, and it's just a great promoted and well exposed fight. No matter how much promotion at this point they give Virgil Ortiz and Errol Spence, I don't see it doing 1 million right now. But not to say it can't do it in the future, but again, that's the future. Guys have to be winning or still be in an attractive position to make those fights. So yeah, man, I'm not all the clout chasing is weird. But it goes deep, and I'm noticing the most with the zone people, bro. Like I can't read one article. I seen I seen an article. It said Ryan Garcia says if he beats Gervonta Tank Davis, then he's Muhammad Ali. What the fuck does that even mean? How's he Muhammad Ali? That's what I'm saying. It's just getting ridiculous in boxing, bro. It really is. People are trying too hard. That's not how fame comes. Shut up, hater. Y'all all haters. Virgil Ortiz would destroy Errol next year. Maybe destroy him this year. Oh, that's what's up. We about to destroy you right now. Block him. Yeah, block him, bro. That sounded like nothing but emotions. This motherfucker on his period. Get rid of him. You see how everything I said calmly with my reason behind, and El Papa. Look at the names, faces, profile pictures of people doing the most hating. Talking about shut up, oh y'all all hating, y'all hating on my boy and all this stupid shit. It just sounds like man fan shit. They always be like, "Oh, you hating on my boy Virgil?" Virgil don't even know who the fuck you are. None of them. Virgil Ortiz, Virgil Hunter, Virgil Hill, Virgil from wrestling, and Ted DiBiase. None of these motherfuckers know who you are. So cut it out. Anyway, that's my time, people. Um, it doesn't represent enough business. Virgil Ortiz got to do what everybody's done. Just keep working, keep impressing, keep performing, and then people have no choice but to fight you. It's that simple. Damn, stop blocking them. Nah, I'm not gonna stop blocking them quickly. Fuck them. Yeah. So anyway, it's I don't even want to talk too much about some of these fights because it's not likely. It's really not likely. And for me, if you wanted to, okay, put it this way: if Golden Boy wants me to believe that Ryan Garcia tank could be this year, and Virgil Ortiz versus Errol or Crawford or whatever it could be this year, they got to put him in next with somebody that's really, really up there, really up there. Like Ryan Garcia versus Gamboa, not now probably because he just lost to Tank, but I wouldn't have minded that fight. But Golden Boy didn't think like that. Listen, I'm gonna vote like this. Let's say Tank never fought Gamboa. Let's say that December fight never happened, and Gamboa was coming off the Rocky Martinez knockout win. Would you rather see Ryan Garcia versus Gamboa off a Rocky Martinez knockout win, or or Ryan Garcia versus Francisco Fonseca? If you only could pick from those two names, Gamboa. What else? Vote. Come on. Smash the like button and vote. If you could only see him fight one. Exactly. See, people are putting Gamboa. Exactly. Bro, boxing is not hard to figure out. Gamboa, coming off the Rocky Martinez win, would absolutely have been a better fight than uh Fonseca. Period. But Golden Boy didn't make that. They're putting him in there lightly. And I'm not saying Ryan Garcia couldn't beat Gamboa, but it would have been okay. What was Fonseca going to do? He ain't no puncher like that. Gamboa at least has speed and punching power. Because even when Gamboa was hurt with bad legs or whatever happened to his ankle, he was still awkward enough to try to stay out of the way of some shots. You see what I'm saying? But we don't get stuff like that. You put like same thing with Jaime Munguia. Golden Boy put Jaime Munguia in there with Spike O'Sullivan. Why not put him in at least with the David Lemieux? You know, someone like that at least at the and I'm not even saying David Lemieux is the top guy. We've seen people, but David Lemieux knocked out Spike Sullivan in 1 round. You see what I'm saying? So it's just they're trying to do this cutesy, clever matchmaking, and the world see it. That's my time. Boxing Ego, Digital Mob. I'll be back with some more heat, but that's just my thoughts. It's just like clever matchmaking where they're trying to. So before you start mentioning the big names, you got to at least show me something a level below that or a couple levels below that, but not several levels below that. That's my time, people. Holla at the kid. We working.